This conference will now be recorded.
Hi, good evening all. Hope my voice is audible to everyone. Can anyone confirm me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you for the response. So, is that everyone are ready for the last session? So, is there any doubts, any clarification you wanted? Let me expect some questions from you. Either it could be on the subject or relatively to the subject and our classes. Anything you want to let us know?
So now, what we did recently and all was like calculating the revenue or like the Toyota model showroom, Toyota showroom
Okay.
model, all these things whichever we had, they're all like
Yeah.
solving, sir. These type of
Yeah.
questions won't come in the exam, right?
No. It doesn't comes over there. So suppose if I ask you to, how do you calculate the revenue value? So there will be a formula for that, right?
Yes, sir.
What is the revenue formula?
The sales into the volume.
Yeah. So what is the sales volume into the sales price?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So like that. What is CG? How do you calculate COGS?
Okay, sir. So, like on the first class, we did how to calculate interest and its
Mhm.
related things. No, so those kind of questions
Yes,
can
yes.
come, right?
Yes. Even that also
Okay, sir.
can come. And also at the initial stage, we had been done with the basic of Tally, basic of Excel and some advanced functions we used it. So if you remember, so we use concatenate, that is to bring up your values without any kind of spaces. So you can be able to if there is two cell values, you can be able to mix up and you can make it as one value. For example, Allen border. So these two words are there in two different columns. So if I want to bring it together, so which function do I use it? So I use it with concatenate. Okay, then to count how many numbers are there in the selected table. So what is the function do we use it? Is it count? Is it count A? Is it count blank? So like that, I'll be having an option. So what you are going to use it to, let's assume it there is a 10 lines of data. In the 10 lines, I will be having a data with uh, numbers also. I'll be having it in an alphabet, and I'll also be having with an any kind of a symbols, and there will be blank also. So if I want to know that how many are the cells which are filled up with alphabets only, so which one do I use it? Is it count or count A, or is it count blank, or none of this? So any idea you got it? Just any idea you got it?
Sir, no, sir, I don't know about these things. I wasn't there, so I have no idea what
Okay,
all whatever you told till now.
okay. I'll just show you with the example.
Sir, do we get any mock test for the practice?
Okay, I'll share it with sample questions to you people at the end of the session so that you can be able to get prepared with that. And also I'll give you some of the formulas commonly used in the financial modeling, which we have been discussed, but still I'll just take it a little bit of time and I'll try to explain on that. Okay, I hope the screen is visible to you people. Okay, so now let's assume it that I have a data like this. Okay, so now let's assume it. I'm going to calculate this data. I'm just trying to count it. So here I'm going to use count. This is one function. It says 3. So here I've used it as count. The next I'm going to use it count A. Let me put it over here as count A. Then the next one I'm going to use it with count blank. Okay, so now my question was, so which is that function we are going to use it to find out only the uh, numbers in the selected data, which is that we are going to have, which is the function we are going to use it to know how many cells are filled up with numbers. So out of this three function, which is that it is going to give me that, which function if I use it, I can be able to get to know that how many cells are filled up with numbers.
So the first function count.
The, first function count, yes. So the count, it is going to give only the count of an cells which has the numbers. Count A, it is going to give you the count of all the cells which are filled. Okay, so here totally you can see that how many cells have been filled up. Totally how many cells have been
Seven, sir.
selected. So the boundary what I've kept, for how many cells I've kept the boundary. How many number of cells
Nine,
I've
sir.
kept a boundary for 9. So the count A, it is giving for 7. So that means out of 9, 2 are blank and others are filled up. Either it is numbers or it is an any kind of a symbol or it is a alphabet. So whatever it is there. So if I want to know how many cells have been filled up, that is count A. How many cells are blank? So it will help you out to count it. How many number of cells are filled up with that particular kind of information. Okay. So the question will be similar to this. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now I'll take one more. So you can see that this cell value, whatever it is there, it is having a lot of gaps. Okay, so 2 3 spaces are there. Generally, how many space we are going to keep it between two words?
One, sir.
One. So there is more spaces. Okay, so let's assume it you have a data where it is not been kept it with the proper space or it is not in the proper format. Okay, so how do I remove that extra gaps? So here we are doing it for one cell, but when I'm going to do it for thousands of cells, if it is one sheet, okay. If it is multiple sheets, so how fastly we can be able to do it? So for that reason only we are going to use some predefined formulas, or we call it as functions. Okay, so for this I'm going to use it as trim. So I'll select this cell. See, suppose if all the data it is like that, I can be able to drag it so that it is going to get applied with that function and it will give a proper format of data. Okay, so you should also refer with the initially when we started with the session. At that time we had been given the Excel sheet which we have been worked out with the answers have been shared. So try to use of that also. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So I'll just share it. Few of the very complicated calculations which we are going to see it in the real times. So I'll just share it. Give me a minute. Yeah, so now I prepared it. So here, when you people are going to calculate anything related to the credit periods, okay. So in that cases, you are going to use formulas where you have to calculate it with the debtors days. So for how many days you are going to have a credit period. So whenever you are going to calculate for the credit period purpose, so in case if it is for the sales, when you are going to do it for the creditors, so you have a credit period. When you are going to do it for the debtors, you are going to have it as a debtor days. Okay. So on this ways, you are going to use certain formulas. So we might have been discussed, but have not been highlighted over there. So I thought of giving it as a notes for you people at the end of the session. So you are going to, so I'll share this document at the time at the end of the session also. So you can make a note of this. Okay. So yeah. So what are the formulas we are going to implement it in such type of credit period days? So for the debtors, if you want to calculate it, it is going to be 365 days divided by the sales value which is there in the income statement divided by the debtors value. Then creditor days, it will be 365 days divided by the cost of sales, that is nothing but the COGS value divided by the creditors value. So when you are going to calculate it for the inventory days, from how many days you are going to keep it as a stock. So the long period you are going to tell it as 365 divided by the cost of sales, that is the purchase value divided by the inventory value what you have it. Okay. So the questions, it will be related to similar kind of uh, questions. So the answers will be given with the four options, and I'm sure, hope everyone knows that the exam, it will be with MCQs only. No need to worry that you are not supposed to do it anything with the calculations. Okay. So how, in what way of the calculations, I'll just tell you. Okay. So similar to this, I have few questions in a similar way of, I'll just share it to you as a pattern. So I have it, I've just kept it ready. Yeah. So let me take it in this way. So the questions are like similar to this. So if I am going to give the questions related to that, so the questions will be something relatively referred like this. So the time value of money is also referred to as present dash value. So you'll have a four options. So in this, the answer will be discounted value. Why it is discounted value means, as we know that future value, it is going to be lesser than what we are going to have it with the present value. Okay. So that means it is going to, when you are going to keep on increasing it, it is going to be considered as a discounted value. The value is going to keep on get reduced it. Okay, so it is considered as a discounted value. Then depreciation value will be added in cash flow statement calculation. Is it true or false? So the answer says it is yes. Why? Because the depreciation value will be reduced in one of the financial statement. So at least for this, can you try to give me the answer? Can anyone try? So depreciation value in one of the statement, it is going to get reduced. So which is that statement?
Sir,
So
is
when
it
you're
balance
doing
sheet?
the balance.
Yeah, go ahead, go ahead. I heard two
Sir, I
people's
think it
voice.
is
Huh,
balance sheet, sir.
anyone? In the balance sheet. So do you see it depreciation in the balance sheet or anything else relevantly to depreciation?
Sir, the fixed asset like machinery and all,
Good.
the amount will be depreciated and then shown.
Yeah, generally we show it if you are making it for 1 year, you are going to show it as a depreciation value. But when you are going to have it for multiple years, when you are supposed to calculate it for the multiple years, so we don't consider it as an depreciation, we will consider it as an accumulated depreciation value. Okay, in the balance sheet we consider it as an accumulated depreciation. In the income statement we are going to consider it as an depreciation. If you recall it, so this depreciation value will be reduced, or you are going to subtract it with what value? So you will get it the value something called EBITDA, EBITDA. So from the EBITDA we are going to remove the depreciation value. Okay, there we are going to subtract it in the income statement. The same amount we are going to bring it back at as an cash flow statement. We are going to add that. Okay, so because when you are going to calculate the tax on the EBIT value, so you are not supposed to calculate it on the depreciation value. So for that reason only it is going to be get removed over there. So from the tax it is going to get removed and then it will be added in the cash flow statement. Is that clear, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Good, fine. So then IRR means it is internal rate of return, so which we are going to calculate it to know that what we can be able to expect it at the end of the period. Can we be able to achieve it what we are expected? Okay, so that is IRR. Then we have seen with the data days value calculation, inventory days value calculation, then creditor days value calculation. Okay, then net working capital. So it is going to be get calculated with the total current assets value minus the total current liabilities. So that it is considered as an net working capital. Then in one of the question when we were doing it, we have seen that what is the value of change in working capital. So anything the changes, if you want to calculate it on the liability side, there's a common formula what we are going to apply. It is the current year's value. So whichever the liability value we are going to have it, here we have taken it as a working capital. So current year's net working capital minus the previous year of net working capital in the same balance sheet. Okay. The next thing is, what is the formula to calculate the interest in the debt schedule when we are going to preparing the debt schedule? So uh, there is one more question. So what is the function we use it to calculate the EMI or EAI? So do anyone remember? So what is the function we used it to calculate EMI or EAI? So if I want to calculate EMI, so how do I calculate it? Is that we are going to calculate it something with the beginning value minus closing value, anything like that, or we are using it anything like equals to PV, that is present value calculation, equals to FV, future value calculation, like that? Which is that function we use it to calculate the EMI or EAI? Do anyone remember?
So PMT.
Very good. Okay, so that is the function we are going to use it to calculate the EMI or EI. So until and unless you people are going to work on all these things, you won't be having it any problem. If you don't work, then it will be having a problem. That is, it will be confucius to you people. So here the formula to calculate the interest in the debt schedule, what it is asking is, so we have a lot of options. In that, the correct answer what it is there is current year's opening loan amount. So the opening, if you have been seeing that BOP, that is beginning of period loan, that is of that year, current year's opening loan amount into rate of interest. So that is the answer. Then we also calculated the NPV, net present value. So what is the formula? So NPV value will be calculated based on the discounting rate, that is the cost of equity, or how much we are expected with the return on investment, comma the total cash flows except the year zero. Okay, so if you are having a 10 years plus 0 years, we are going to calculate it whenever we are going to prepare with the balance sheet or cash flow statement. We will prepare it from the year 0 to till the end of period, that is year 10. So totally 11 years we are going to consider. But when we are calculating IRR, we are going to take all the 11 years values. But when we calculate the NPV value, we are going to consider with the discounted rate, comma cash flow values except the 0 year, the other year's value, close the bracket, plus whatever the value you have it for the year 0. So that is the formula. Okay. So Like this, the questions it is going to have a split of it. So is there any doubt with any of this questions what we have been discussed? Are you are you people are feeling it difficult, or is it be able to, you can be able to face it? So I'll add up few of these things. Okay, so that you may not have any confusion, I'll share this document to you people now itself through WhatsApp group. Okay, so we shall have a 5 minutes of break and I'll be coming back. So let me know that is there any kind of a questions with you so that we can be able to clarify it and we can be able to wind up. Yeah, thank you all for being online. Okay, so I'll share you people with the screen and let me know that what could be the answers for these questions which we have been practiced till today. So is it visible to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So your questions will be like this. So the people who were asking me, so whether we are supposed to do it with the problems and then only we can be able to solve the we can be able to answer it. Na? So the questions pattern will be like this. So try to answer for this. So hope the questions, the details are visible to you people. So try to answer for this. So read out the questions and understand with that and then try to answer for it.
Sir, is the first one 30%?
Okay.
Sir, I think it's
Let me know.
20%.
Okay. So can you both try to let me know that why it was been chosen as 30% and 20%? On what ways?
So the life of the bus was 5 years. If it's
Yeah.
means by the fifth year, the 50 lakh amount it will be nil. I mean it will
Yeah.
be
Good.
zero. So
Mm-hmm.
by 20% rate, if we depreciate the bus, then only after
Mm-hmm.
5 years the amount will be zero.
It is simple that 100% divided by 5. So if you are going to calculate it, the value of the bus, which will be 100% divided by the number of years. So it is nothing but the 20%, or let me take it as 100, sorry, yeah, 100 divided by 5 if you take it. So it is going to be 20. The answer here it is going to be B. Good try.
So why is it 100?
See the total value it is going to come at 100%, right? The value of an asset starting it will be 100%. Then every year it is going to get reduced with 20%, 20%, 20%, right? So if you make it 100 minus 20, then only after fifth year it will be 0.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
The answer for the second one is again option B, 24%.
Yes. Why?
Sir, because the total cost of the equipment is debt by equity. So
Yes.
if I take the total cost as 100,
Hmm.
76 is debt. So 76
Yeah.
minus, 100 minus 76 is 24%.
Very good. So this one, the people who have been attended in the Excel classes, so they can be able to solve, I feel.
Sir, is it option C, transpose?
Yes. So there is a feature called transpose which will convert the values which are there with a row, it will convert into column, and the values which are there in the column format, it will convert it into a row format. Good.
So for the fourth one, is it none because they are planning to buy and they didn't buy yet, I think.
See, and it is saying it as a it's surplus equipment. See, suppose if they buy the equipment, so which it is going to be?
Then it will be CFO, sir.
CFO. So what is the full form of all these
No,
three?
sir, CFF, cash flow from finance, financial cash flow.
Okay. So first one is CFI. CFI full form is cash flow from
Investment.
in investing activity. Then CFF is cash flow from financing activities. CFO means uh, cash flow from operational activities. So operational activities will show all your everyday expenses, incomes, purchase and sales informations. Cash flow from investing, it will show about the assets related, whatever the changes in the assets, it is going to get shown in the investing activities. CFF, cash flow from financing, it is going to show from where do you bring the money, in what all the forms. We can be able to bring the money in the form of capital, we can be able to bring it in the debt form, and we are going to clear the debts or loans. We can withdraw the money from the capital, that is the drawings. So all those information it is going to show it in CFF. So now out of these three, which this particular transaction can reflect? Equipment means what? Is it a capital or is it an asset?
Asset, I think so.
Yeah. So which of these three things which is going to talk about the asset?
Sir, would it be CFI? Because CFI is all the investing activities, right? When you're
Yes.
buying extra surplus, I mean extra equipment, it will be like extra inventory in hand, no, sir? Would it be
Yes.
CFI?
Yes. The answer is CFI.
So next one
Good.
is 20,000, sir. A.
So the next one is 20,000. What could be the reason?
Sir, because
So how
cost
did
of
you
goods
calculate?
sold formula is opening stock plus purchases minus closing
Very good.
stock.
So
10,000 plus
opening
45
stock,
minus 30.
yeah, 10,000 plus 45,000 minus 35,000. So which gives you 20,000. The answer is A. Okay. So now, is it going to be easy or is it going to be a tough with this paper? So how do you people feel it? Is it any of this which we have not been discussed? First of all, whether we have been discussed with all this kind of a calculations? So is it yes or no? If it is no, you can let me know it as no. If it is yes, you can let me know it as yes. Is this thing anything which we have not discussed in the sessions? Is it very new to you people?
No, sir.
Okay, so these things we have been discussed, right? Okay, so nothing to worry. So you people have been practiced. I'm very happy that I'm able to get the responses and with the answers explanation. So this really happy. So you people are going to have similar kind of questions and simple questions related to the Excel, the functions. Okay, so you can be able to easily clear with this. Nothing to worry on it. Is that fine? I'll don't worry. I'll be sharing similar type of questions related to the either it could be on the Excel or it could be on the calculations. I'll be sharing with all these things, so you people can be able to take a screenshot of it. Okay, and you can be able to work on it. Okay, and you all know that your exam has been uh, it has been postponed to 6th, right? So have we all seen the group message? The exam is scheduled on 6th of
Yes, sir.
March. Yeah. Okay, so you have a lot of time. So you have a documents, and I'll be sharing few of the questions also. Try to answer with it. Okay, so you can be able to easily clear with this exam. Okay, so with this I just want to just add it in case if you people want to take it little bit more serious on this subject and you want to find it any kind of a place where you can be able to uh, refer with any kind of company's data which is a live data of a company. So I can suggest you by going into, there is a website called screener.in. Okay, so this is one of the website where you can be able to find out uh, related any company's related data, the financial statements. So for example, I'll just take it, Unilever company. Yeah, so there is a company called Hindustan Unilever Limited. So you can be able to see what is the present stock value of it. Okay, with this you can be also be able to see with their quarterly results, profit and loss account report, balance sheet of it, cash flow of it. You can see your CFO, CFI, CFF. So all these values you can be able to click on this plus mark so that you'll be able to get all these values. Okay, so you can be able to refer with all these values and you can try to calculate it. Okay, you can prepare your own datas. Fine. So which is going to help you out to understanding the more and more with the live ways. Is that fine? Is that clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I'll share this website address also in your group. Fine. So just go through with all these things. So by this we are going to end up with this financial modeling course for you all. So it was very nice to talking to you people. So a lot of people have been participated. So but we couldn't talk to much of the people. That's okay. So I understand even after all your working hours, we can say it, college hours. So you people have been given the time and you have been spent and you have been shown interest. So thank you once again to all and all the very best for your uh, financial modeling exam as well as for your future steps. So we'll meet up in any good occasion. Okay. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.